So in October, I had lunch with Diane McDonald, who is a board member and co-founder of Old Gallery Honor Flight, and we just kind of threw out the idea of, wouldn't it be special to capture the stories of each of these veterans? So it just started with that idea and blew up into a big, beautiful, crazy adventure. So what we've done is, through the power of volunteers, we've been able to capture interviews and write stories of each of the vets and their original tour to Vietnam, in addition to a partnership with the History Museum at the Castle to help us with a little bit of historical context, and in addition to also capturing what happens on the trip and the welcome home. And the combination of all of that together is going to be a book that will be a souvenir for the veterans. Maybe souvenir isn't the right word, but a special memento for each of them to capture that experience. But also our hope is to be able to share additional copies with local schools, local libraries, families, friends, to be able to share this experience with others from an educational standpoint of the heroes and the historians who live among us, to learn these powerful lessons, and to just, one of the themes tonight at the Welcome Home, to serve as ambassadors like these these veterans have done, to share that experience with others and to really make a powerful impact for those who couldn't be on the trip. We've talked many times about, these veterans are ambassadors for those who couldn't be there, and while we were on the trip, we had veterans at home, Vietnam and otherwise, that were reaching out to us saying, thank you for doing this. We are living vicariously through you, and it's helping us to heal. And to hear that just means a lot. Continuing that legacy is such an important part of why we are working hard to document the experience. And I can speak from my own experience as, a younger person who was on the trip as well. You focus a lot on World War II, you focus a lot on the Revolutionary War in your traditional academic curriculum, but there's really not a heavy emphasis, at least in my experience, on the Vietnam War. So to be able to share information about that with others, from an educational standpoint, from a cultural standpoint, from an awareness standpoint of, the local historians and the heroes who live among us, is just a powerful thing that's very important to do, not only to share with other audiences than the veterans community, but also other veterans, to make sure that they know the support is there, the healing is there, and that those of us who aren't serving or who aren't as familiar with the Vietnam War can really learn from those experiences and build on that foundation for future generations.